expand on some of these ideas of Skolimowski on Saturday, where I have a much longer piece where he talks about the epistemological nature of the idea, right, of philosophy of technology, how it relates to the body of knowledge that we've accumulated. And obviously he sort of hinted towards it there, right? Because he's saying that sort of philosophy of science has been taken over, right, by philosophy of technology. Right. And obviously the critical ethical issues that go along with looking at, how technology affects society as a whole.
I think that an indicator of um, whether science is taking the lead or whether technology is taking the lead would be whether or not we're asking the question of, are we trying to learn the objective world around us because we genuinely seek knowledge and are curious about its working, or are we just trying to influence it and exert control over the natural world?
Yeah. Let me say something. You know, if you go back to the beginning of this conversation, I was talking a lot about what you just brought up. Okay, all knowledge of the contingent facts involves greater sacrifice. That was my argument. You cannot have more knowledge of contingent facts, generally speaking, without more sacrifice. And my point was that, the greatest knowledge is something more formless, something you find within yourself, or some people would say revelation for some people, but for me, it's ultimately an awakening. It is beyond words. So I made the point, in the past 100 or so years, we have sacrificed more of the earth, more of humans, more of nature and animals than we did in the preceding, I don't know, 2,000 years or so. So the sacrifice has intensified to the extent that we have gained so-called contingent facts, because these facts are ultimately worthless. Why does it matter? Is there not a kind of non-conceptual means of knowing that goes beyond all empirical facts you can claim to know? Because all empirical facts are impermanent, transitory, and such. For
Yeah,
example,
they're
what is
dynamic,
your
right?
true nature? What is your true nature? Can you answer that via quantification? If I were to ask, what is your true nature? Is that beyond quantification or so?
In words, it's beyond definition.
Yeah. Incognizable, ineffable, uh, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, scientists think that they are going to find something that's going to answer it all in an empiricist or empirical type way. I looked at some article, I couldn't read it because it was blocked behind a subscription paywall, but it said something like, most of us will not live to see a grand unified field theory in science, as if that was some sort of bad thing or some travesty. And it's like, who cares?
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to ask at first. Your first question should always be, does it really actually matter to me? Is there any way that I can like act on this knowledge and have it benefit me? And is that worth it?
Well, I have a feeling when they do come up with their grand unified field theory, it's probably not going to be too much different from what religions or very esoteric cult philosophies are going to be saying.
I'm in no hurry to figure it out, so whatever.
Well, I'm saying I think we already have figured it out, and science is just lagging behind. And then when they come up with their empiricist data, they're going to say, we're the ones to solve this problem. And it's going to be like, no, it's been solved.
It'd be boring any other way, though. So I don't mind.
Whether you call science synarchic or archontic, synarchic, or whatever. Science is shit. And so it's like, I don't know. You know,
It's not just that though. It's not just that. I got to push back on that a little bit.
Always is a method.
Well, I like
It is.
I mean, kind of like how Dom was saying how like science is going down, like technology is going up, like technology is about control, science about understanding nature. If you just kind of stick to science and you sort of use science to rule over the technological, it's way better than having the technological rule over the scientific, right?
Exactly. But I think where people get confused is they think that science is technology. Some science is technology, not all science.
yeah, you're talking to a scientist right here. I have multiple STEM degrees. You know, I have a degree in
Yeah, there we
I don't
go.
have any degrees,
computer
but
Yeah, there
science,
we
they would
go.
let
and robotic
if
intelligence,
if
and
they'd let me
engineering.
take tests, that I would have some
But
degrees. I
yeah,
actually
ultimately,
took some college classes, but
that's
I'm
cool.
retardy.
No, you're not. You're a very intelligent person. Everyone here I respect. You're all cool people, and I respect you. And the question is, what is mankind's true nature or something? What is your true nature? That's the question you must come to terms with.
And
That's two different questions. Ugh.
Yeah, Red,
Can
you
science tell you that? Can science tell you what is your true nature? Yes or no?
No,
yeah,
not really. No.
it's really not that
Why
hard.
would I need it to?
So, I guess writing too much.
well, I
But
think
anyway,
it's
all human nature is that we are neutral beings, and that the environment we live in will influence how we behave. That's
Yeah.
human nature.
Well, in my experience is my proof of what is, and what my experience is getting a lot of data that I cannot show you. So I don't know what to say about that.
So you're
Because
talking about like personal experiences.
yeah, personal experiences. Like my universe is like I got a lot of stuff going on, and it's a lot more interesting, I think, than a lot of people's world. It sounds boring to have it any other way, honestly.
Yeah, ultimately, when you try to answer what is your true intrinsic nature or lack thereof or whatever, that is unfalsifiable metaphysical terrain, and science
Mhm.
cannot tell you that.
No, it
Pretty
is.
much.
Like,
But there
all
are
it is.
things that science can tell you about your reaction, about how your body behaves, about how interactions with people work. Of course, it's like useful information, but it's like not the end all be all.
But that information, it doesn't matter because you can learn it from anecdotal experience or whatever. Why do you need scientists to tell you
Yeah.
that?
Well, I got really excited about physics class because I was like, hey, I get this. This is like life. This is how things like move. This is very cool. I know this already. I'll be really good at this class. And I was. I did good, really good in physics. And but nobody that like whenever I walked in the class, everybody's looking at me like I didn't belong there. That's for sure. But whatever. I just like spent most of the time in the smoking lounge instead. And the teacher would walk through the smoking lounge and tell me when we had a quiz.
So you would
And
say something positive came from gathering data, gain data
yeah,
from country. I
I
don't
think
think
it's
so.
good. Yeah, it gave me affirmation of what I already knew, and like gave me some new insights on it as well, because I like learned a few things in physics, like the color scale of like thermodynamics. That had always been confusing to me because I was an artist and I do like pigment colors. So it's like kind of weird to have to wire your brain to understand the differences.
How
Because
would
like
you respond
blue,
to someone who claimed not a single positive thing has come from gathering data?
yeah, I don't know. I would just be like, okay, if you think that, uh, I don't think we're going to be able to communicate very effectively. So I'm going to go over here.
But aren't you in a sense
I
just
would like
communicating
to.
with
I'll
projection?
comment that one. You know, I understand where you're coming from because it's easy to look at the empiricists or the atheists of today who are just stuck in only what we can detect is real, right?
Yeah.
But we have to understand that our whole experience is basically based in empiricism. As a human
No, it's
being,
not. It's based in subjective that is we are subjective
yeah,
creatures. We project all over everything, and
and,
like
and,
even
and
from within ourselves.
our subjective experience requires empirical data. It requires
Yeah,
that
but
we experience
you
an
can't be
objective
sure
world.
of any empirical data being actually empirical because you're perceiving it through your senses, which are subjective.
So
Like
I have
there's
a
no
question
like,
for you, Zephyr. So
yeah.
would you say that all the data we see are just projections that are perceptions
No,
of the human
I
mind?
think we can get really close to objective, but we can't be absolutely certain. And I think that scientists would agree.
Yeah. So then gathering data is not that valuable then, because it's just a projection of your mind. That is a perception of your mind.
It's
No,
not a
because
perception of your
that's
mind.
not
This is
true
what I'm
either.
trying to say. Okay. We might not be able to see things as they objectively are, but we can see reflections of things because
Yeah.
that's how our senses or our vision works. It works based off of interpreting light frequencies, which are transmuted into electrical signals. And
Mhm. Yeah.
this is empirical data that we're taking in from the world subjectively, but we're
Yeah,
taking
but
it
it's not the
objective.
same for everybody. Like the way that I see, I have polychromatic vision, but I'm very nearsighted. So I see everything like with extra vivid color, but it's blurry.
Everyone doesn't have to see the same thing.
Yeah.
What matters is that everyone is looking at the same thing.
So what happens when
How can you tell
you
the
no
difference from
longer
inside the sense?
when you strip all the senses and you just keep the awareness? What happens when you just strip all the senses and you just keep the awareness?
You
You
still
become
have senses. You're still going to have senses, okay? Because what are senses? You can basically collapse all the senses to one sense: sight, smell, hearing, taste is
in
all
a,
touch. It's all
in
touch.
in a hyperbaric chamber. You're pretty much the only thing you have left is like you can smell the salt water and like taste the spit in your mouth. Like, but everything else, like you can't sense anything, and it's completely dark. It's completely silent, and you're floating in salt water, which is your exact same body temperature and gives you buoyancy, so you're not even feeling like gravity. It's so cool because your brain, like, then all of the like those senses, like they start reaching out further, like trying to go, what is going on here? Because it's like very confusing. And like the observer knows that you're just like floating in a tank, but yeah, you see the part of you that is like somehow
Yeah.
separate inside of you, like panicking a little bit, and then it goes, oh, this this is what's happening. Okay, thank you for telling me.
Do the
And
senses exist in isolation or do they depend on other senses to make sense of them?
they're a crew. I think they're like all connected to each other. It's like that's why your memory's triggered by smells, or like you get a vibe feeling from people, or a room you walk in and you can just tell like what kind of mood people are in by their body language, or whatever you happen to pick up on.
So none of
We're
the
all different.
senses exist in isolation or independently from other senses. Am I correct? They
That's why
exist dependent on other senses. And such. That is called it falls into the analysis of the skandhas and the emptiness of the skandhas.
well, yeah, I
Emptiness.
think we're all made of people that we know, like people that have influenced us, people that we uh like projected into reality with our, perception of them even. you know,
So then
not that they weren't there before, but that's
why do you need professionals to gather data in controlled setting? Why can't you just rely on your own senses? And because that's sufficient in
I
You
mean,
gotta
we
terms
ask
do,
that
of
but I
question.
think it's
You
good to
gotta
have the
ask that question
validation.
to the massive avian. Yeah, so you got to ask that. So you got to direct that question.
Well,
Although I know the reason. The reason is because people have been conditioned to believe that they need an authority to tell them every facet of how the world works. That's why people think they need
I think
professional.
Yeah, I think it's good to have the validation though. If it does validate it, if it doesn't validate it, it helps too sometimes, you know. It's like you just gotta, that's what becoming objective is, or as close as we can from our subjective position
yeah, I have a
is
question,
like,
Zephyr. I don't want to cut you out, Zephyr and Seth. What is your opinion on intuition? Do you think intuition can go beyond the senses? It's more something deeper. Like, you get what I'm
you
saying?
go first this
How
time,
do you see
Dom.
intuition? Intuition, yeah, that's my question.
Intuition is just basically another sense that is either developed or undeveloped. It's basically just the ability to make the right decision instantly, is what intuition is. That comes
Yeah,
from understanding the world you live in and how the macrocosm of the world relates to the situation you're in, or the microcosm. And ultimately, it also comes down to knowing what's best for yourself and knowing yourself.
yeah, I think our intuition is probably a like higher order cognition process that would be probably something that isn't like necessarily in our body only. And it I think it is a pattern recognition sense, and plus some other shit, you know, like some other things that it has different qualities depending on the individual.
Do you think your intuition is more likely to lead to your true nature or the sense experience you have, such
I
as
think
from
both
both?
together, but the intuition is definitely more important in my opinion,
Yeah,
just very slightly though.
I see.
Inner knowledge.
Thank you for your response. It's interesting
Thank you for
perspective.
asking the question. I love your
I can keep
question.
asking more questions that keep going on chain of association and such.
I like that. That's funny. It's like rhyming day because it's like if you just spoken rhymes all day long and you just did random association rhymes, it's really a fun exercise. I do that sometimes. It drives my friend Todd nuts. He's like, "Stop rhyming."
Do you
He
think
hates it.
the truth or your true nature is conceptual or non-conceptual in
I
terms?
don't even know what that question means.
Is it better conveyed via non-conceptual means or through conceptual means?
Well, I'm a metaphorist. If that tells you anything. I think
Conceptual.
it's easier to get the point across when it has the full complete entendres, you know? So it can't be more, I mean, you can't communicate that with like normal practical language in a way that actually gets the whole point of what I try to say, at least. So poetry is more effective.
I agree.
Unless other
Yeah,
people just don't
poetry
get
is
it and
more
then they just
effective,
don't
yeah.
get it. It's
Would you
okay.
agree that philosophy is a failing approximation of poetry in some sense?
No, I think they're just different parts of the same thing,
Yeah,
different
maybe.
angles of
Yeah, I guess
apprehension.
so. Yeah. Makes sense.
And you can prefer one or the other, and that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's even better if you get part of it that I don't, because then, you know, you can have that to yourself.
Yeah.
And
Appreciate your
I could,
response. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much time. Yeah. Let me ask
I'm in
some of
Charlie.
the
It's
questions I
good to
asked.
make that point.
So let me ask Avian,
Sure.
because I said human nature is basically we take in information from our environment and act out our lives based off of what we know. So what do you think human nature is?
There's no nature in some sense. You know, the true nature is no nature in some sense. You know, and this ties into emptiness of Nagarjuna, his paraconsistent. Look into dependent arising and emptiness. You know, emptiness means things lack an intrinsic nature due to dependent arising. But emptiness is empty too. So that means that all the language you use is an approximation, and it creates a kind of model based on the limitations of your sense experience. And those models help you survive. But the question is, what happens when you abandon all models, when you let go of all models?
What?
Is there a way of knowing that goes beyond sense experience? You know, I think there is, yeah.
I got a deep one for you. Nonsense is just something unknown.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What did you say? Sorry, can you repeat that?
I said nonsense is just something unknown.
Nonsense. Have you ever read the nonsense poems of Lewis Carroll, like The Hunting of the Snark?
Yeah, it's fun. I think I'm gonna go lay down in this field. But puppy.
What is the human condition then? Oh, you know what? I was going to say, I think that what scientists and psychologists call human nature is basically what they call neuroplasticity. It's basically, it is a sort of emptiness or formlessness, but it's also the ability to shape into. But I'm going to ask, what do you guys think human nature is? But I'm going to answer what I would say it is. Human nature is basic, or not human nature, the human condition. So the human condition is basically the sum total of all human action and interaction accumulated, and it will basically either generate a condition for humanity that results in slavery or freedom based on how moral we are. This is basically the foundation of natural law as well.
I would say human condition is defined by ignorance. That's right, yeah, ignorance.
And in the modern day, yeah, sure, I agree. But was it always defined by ignorance? I would say no.
Depends
No,
on
because the future is now.
But there was a time in the past when it was defined by balance.
the thing is, though, there were many different varieties of human cultures in the past, and some of them seem more ignorant than others. I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. Like, some cultures practice human sacrifice, for example. Other ones were more ascetic and promoted compassion or self-realization or something like that. And it depends on the time period we're looking at and the time and place and other things, you know. So ignorance is more of a, more of a metaphysical or proto-psychological aspect. So, this ties into your own traditional beliefs or whatever. Being natural law, I respect it, but it seems very general to me in many ways. Like, how does it avoid, for example, the claims of cultural relativism? How can you avoid claims of relativism?
All it comes down to is, so long as a culture is expressing themselves in a way that does not harm other individuals, they are in alignment with natural law.
But all life has to require some sacrifice. I actually talked about that at the beginning. Like, if you look at the ATP of your cells, the phosphate bond is sacrificed in order to harness energy. And likewise, you have to do some degree of sacrifice to survive and such. So some degree of sacrifice is necessary to survive.
The moral decision for humans is to basically, and I would even say probably even the moral task, is to figure out a way to live a life that induces the least amount of sacrifice.
Yes, that is aligned with the Buddha Dharma. And so Buddha says the exact same thing. But let me tell you something crazy. You know, Buddha agrees with you. It's called middle way. He says minimize the sacrifice as much as you can. But the thing is, the Jains, they refused to engage in any sacrifice. So they had this practice called salakina, where they would go to the woods and they would fast and starve to death while in meditation, because they were unwilling to do any form of sacrifice. The Jains. Do you believe that? But Buddha would be more on your side here, because he's about minimizing sacrifice to the point that you can sustain yourself. You can subsist. It's called middle way. He was against, stuff like starving to death. But the Jains were different. They were more extreme in their atheism. Yeah, I gave a long talk in the beginning of this presentation, this talk with TML about sacrifice in its metaphysical domain, how it relates to industrialization and other stuff. I related it to Vedic concepts. I related it to technique and industrialization. Maybe it would interest you to watch it. But I agree with you, minimizing sacrifice is better than, I said boomers are the most fixed people because they say no sacrifice too great. I disagree with that saying. I disagree that no sacrifice.
They sacrifice their kids, so whatever.
Yeah. That's fucked up. Yeah, that's what they do. Oh yeah, you want to minimize sacrifice.
And lots of them LARP cannibalism at church too. Ew.
It's unethical to do that. And I will say this, we sacrifice more in the span of the last century or two than the preceding 2,000 years altogether. This is an age of gratuitous sacrifice. When I was working in a neurobiology lab, which I have mentioned before, but I shall tell you because I have not told you, I was working in the lab. And, many rats are bred to be more human-like, to have more empathy and other crap like that. And when I walked, I saw them running through tunnels. They were being bred. There were tons of rats. And in my research lab, we had to guillotine the rats and collect their brains and research it. And what for what? To just gain more data. And none of that data is being used to benefit people. That data was for helping people with obesity or whatever. But it's all stupid and sick. The whole system is rotten down to its core. The whole industrial system. And you wouldn't believe how much sacrifice goes on nowadays. So much sacrifice. Sacrifice must have a metaphysical domain, actually. So I do agree with the Buddha's approach more. Do your best to minimize sacrifice. Personally, that's one reason I'm a Buddhist. Sacrifice has deep meaning in the Upanishads also. Upanishads. It also has deep meaning in Jainism and Buddhism. It's not like I'm pulling stuff out of my ass. It's like I'm just talking about something from a deeper philosophical, traditional, theological angle. Of course, the Christians say Christ was the final sacrifice. I can respect that in many ways. Every tradition has its own approach to this question as such.
Well, I mean, what does he mean by he's the final sacrifice? Who's that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna defend it. I'm not a Christian. I'm just saying I respect it. I can respect past. I do not agree with both of them.
Well, I mean, I would think that that's opposed to Buddhism, is it not? Because the Buddhists are saying that you can achieve enlightenment on your own, or if you live a certain way. But Christians are saying that you're born a sinner and that you need an external savior to believe in, and you don't even need enlightenment.
Yeah, they're incompatible. Ultimately, they're irreconcilable. That's correct. Yeah, exactly. What you said was 100% correct.
Yeah. But you just respect it because
Yeah,
that's people's worldview.
yeah. Can't you respect stuff you don't agree with? I mean, I don't want to play fights with people I disagree with. And, like, also, I have, that's what I say
But
too.
I would say it really depends. I would say it depends. Something like that. I mean, I would say it's ultimately detrimental telling people that they're born sinners and that they don't need to really do much work. I forget how the verse goes, but there's something that basically says doing work is meaningless, right? And I hear Christians say this. But then at the same time, there's verses which say things like to go and seek out knowledge or learn hidden. There's verses that say, you'll do things greater than I, Jesus saying this. So I don't know. It's very contradictory. And if you're believing the Bible literally, you believe in contradictions. And is that something to respect, or is it something to, I don't know.
Yeah, the Buddhist tradition. It's good to read the. If you feel a calling to Buddhism, I can talk about it now. Pali Canon for Theravada, Mahayana sutras are like the Lankavatara, the Flower Garland. That one's the Heart Sutra, Diamond Sutra. There are different sutras. Shirogama Sutra. They have different sutras. But there are also different teachers depending on the school you follow. The school I followed, Soto Zen, the main teacher was Dogen. But for Renzai, which is closely adjacent to Soto, the main teacher was like Hakuin this or Ling Chi. Ling Chi, I think his name was Ling Chi. I gotta double check. But the point is that in my path, all sentient beings have Buddha nature. All sentient beings have Buddha nature, and the most approximate way we can describe that is as non-abiding awareness. And your idea of natural law does conform to that to a large extent, because if we reframe that in terms of precepts and non-attachment, then one can awaken to their original nature, which is like a non-abiding, formless nature that is beyond duration, beyond material conditioning. It is unconditioned. Nirvana means unconditioned and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really spent that much time with the Abrahamic text. I need to read them more. Everyone has limited time and energy. I have more text to read, more practices to engage in. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's good.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Kybellion right now. And then I'm probably going to look at that one book by Ale
Okay.
about antinatalism.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna stick to. For me, I'm just gonna. I have other books to read. I have to finish some sutras, and I have some other books I have to finish. Right. I have a book on crows that I'm gonna read. Notice that I also have a book on. I have a lot of books to read. I have a Goodreads. I've shared my Goodreads here. I'm transparent with what I have limitations and areas I could be fine in, but yeah, whatever. Everyone has areas they don't know or something, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You don't have to tell us. We know.
Yeah, I know it.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
You know who I listen to sometimes, I don't know if you know them or your opinion on them, is the
You cut out.
oh
Yeah. For
yeah
me too.
yeah I asked if or I said sometimes I listen to the Deer Park Monastery Buddhists. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I like bells more than chanting, and I like there's some Romanian band called Subcarpac, and they do like these tribal, like it's very like melodic, and it's not really a lot of word. I mean, there's some words, but it's like I don't understand them. So most of them, anyways. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like chanting. It's
those are the
cool.
guys associated with Thich Nhat Hanh, right? Thich Nhat Hanh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
I used to have some Gregorian chants. I bought that when I was in my goth phase.
It's gonna be May Day soon.
It is. That's my mom's birthday.
Which is a day for
Did you cut out? I can't hear you. J4,
yeah,
and then it cut out.
it did cut out. Because I have to keep touching my phone, or else it just
Oh, you
goes
got it.
back screen.
You got an insecure circuit. It might be your aura interfering. Who knows? I have no idea.
It's definitely the phone.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the machine elves like to mess with me and make me cut out. Like when I'm saying something that somebody's not ready for yet. Usually, it's kind of convenient.
If I don't touch the phone for 30 seconds, it will turn black screen.
Oh yeah, you got to turn off your friggin' screensaver. If you're
Yeah.
using it, there's an option to leave it open if it's on. If you're using it and you're in a live stream or something.
Dom, what is your favorite animal? Dom.
I don't know.
Oh wow.
It changes.
Oh wow, that's cool.
It'll go from like I used to like squids, and then I like birds, and then I like sharks, and then I like lizards, and then I like lions, and then
That's why we get along. The squid. I like the squids.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. What's your favorite flower?
Oh, I don't know that either. I don't really name favorites with things like that.
That's
It's like
fine,
my
that's
favorite
fine.
color. My favorite color is like the rainbow because it's all the colors in one full color spectrum.
That's hilarious. Mine is rainbow iridescent clear.
Yeah, rainbow air doesn't clear.
Yeah, like so it's like clear, but it's got like rainbow iridescence to it. It's my favorite color of pigment and paint and all sorts of stuff. Anything that I can, like holographic almost.
Is this like shadows on a screen, or you see it more deeply than that? When you talk on the screen and you see your voice on the StreamYard, how does that make you feel? Like, how do you feel at this moment you're talking?
I don't look at it. I don't look at the screen when I talk.
Oh, wow.
Usually I do look at the screen, but I'm not actually looking at it right now. I see there's 73 messages since I last looked, so I don't think I've ever seen that on the channel. So that's
I've been typing in the back chat actually. And I haven't even looked at the chat room. I'm sorry. I'm
I
so
have a
sorry.
question for you, Dom. Do you prefer anime girls or real life girls? Which one do you prefer, anime or real life?
I hardly even watch anime. I would say real life.
That's an adorable question.
Well, I guess it's a legitimate question in this day and age, isn't it?
Yeah. It's cute. What about you, Avian? Which one do you like better, real girls or anime girls?
Anime is like it's like a formless realm. You're getting closer to something that beyond the flesh. It's beyond all the grossness of the flesh. It's like something
Oh
more
my gosh.
beautiful.
Okay.
Oh no! Are you no?
You know what? Don't criticize him on that because Leonardo da Vinci also thought that humans were really gross and disgusting, and we
Da
are
Vinci
gross and
was a
disgusting.
weirdo himself who was financed by the Borgias.
Oh yeah, I know. They were my relatives, so
Oh yes, I remember you said you're related to someone. I thought it was the Medicis though.
uh yeah.
Was it them or the Borgias?
They're related to each other as well.
Oh man. Yeah, that's what they did. That's how the Medicis got big. But anyway, yeah, I would disagree that
Yeah, I like real girls too. I am
I would.
one, so
Yeah,
I might be biased.
I mean, I don't see how two-dimensional drawings or animations is closer to the essence.
Well, maybe he's sensing something of a spirit in it. Like that's a possibility too. I don't know. And it is like there are like I have an astral form, and my astral form is like nothing like my physical form. It's like I'm much taller and I have like red hair usually, like parrot red.
Is it an anime girl?
Well, not really. I really like started like imagining this character would be my astral self, but it was like almost like what I already was in dreams anyways before I figured out that other people couldn't lucid dream because it was like yeah. Some people can,
Like
but it
when
wasn't
I
natural.
imagine, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
That's okay.
when I imagine, and not my astral form, because I think that's something. My higher self or my spiritual self, that is the basically the eternal individual, which I come from. I don't really think of anything in like a shape.
See, I like have like this fractal form that's like my energetic form, and it's like also like sort of like a cuttlefish in a way. It's like melded.
Well, the way I see it is it's basically like a field of energy
Yeah,
that
totally.
exists as its own. But
And
that's how I envision my soul.
yeah, mine looks kind of like electricity, like sort of, but it's like more. It's less jagged than electricity.
I don't know if it's right or not, but I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the way a toroidal field looks.
Yeah, my mom has a donut sort of energetic field too. It's like we're all different shapes, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we are, but I think humans are toroidal field energy. But if
We
you
do
can,
have, yeah. It's almost like it's a wormhole, though, or like one of those. What do they call them? The Klein bottles. We're like a Klein bottle. It's it's what do they call it? Whenever you self reciprocal, it's reciprocal. We are reciprocal being
yeah.
to each other and ourselves. Simultaneously. Sometimes. Probably always, but just sometimes in our awareness.
Let me ask you something. I feel like this is something I believe that good people, when they realize other people have good intentions, they wish the best for them. They never wish harm upon them. You see what I mean? But bad people, when they see, even if someone has good intentions, they don't care if they don't wish the best for them. Would you agree?
I'm neither of those.
I wish
I'm
the
neither of
best
those.
for everyone who has good intentions in life. But of course, I don't have the power to do that.
See,
You
and I
see,
wish good intentions on everybody, even
would
the
you
ones
say
that are bad.
the people who have bad intentions, or I mean, what was I gonna say? Would you say that's good? Like what I said, like the bad people, they don't care if you have good intentions. Like the Epsteins, they see innocence as something to transgress, something to exploit. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, you have any comments on that, Dom?
Repeat the last sentence again.
People like the Epsteins, when they see innocence, they want to transgress it. They want to exploit it. Yeah, they want to
Oh
exploit.
yeah. Now, I was watching someone say they read in the Epstein file because that's all we can do. No one can read all of them. Because they were saying that one of the reasons that they try to do this stuff is to create a poltergeist. Because when they do all this bad stuff to underage girls, there's going to come a point, and they said probably around age 15 or 16, when the girl realizes what was done to her was wrong. And this creates a large amount of anger based off of the trauma that was input into her by her abusers.
Yep.
And
And
then
usually yep.
this trauma creates a poltergeist, they say.
Sometimes it can. Young girls are notorious for creating poltergeists. I actually had a neighbor that had one that had to held a ghost hostage. Uh, yeah, it's a very interesting story. People might probably not going to believe me, but his name was Dave. He was a suicide victim. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. He unalived himself. Oops. Edit. Sorry, TML. I didn't do that on purpose. I've noticed a lot of people are actually being able to say it. And as long as we keep it poetic, it's okay. It's poetic.
Yeah. I watched something. I don't know why, but lately I've been watching cop things.
I watch those too. Like,
They never cease to fail when it comes to doing something stupid.
yeah. Do you watch car wrecks too? I like to watch those sometimes. Like the accidents, like people like driving a tractor up a hill and freaking the tree falls right on the tractor or it rolls over, like, because gravity.
I don't.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah. What do you like to watch other than anime, Avian?
Me, depends on the mood I'm in and such. Ultimately, I have good taste in art house films because I am a sophisticated, cultured gentleman. I watch a lot of art house films from France
I like
and
I like old
Sweden.
movies too. Yeah, old movies, black and white movies. I found one. I found that there's one that's Polish, and it's about this magic mirror, and it's called like something really funny. Whenever you say it in Polish, it sounds like English, but it's weird. It's like something like uh, it sounds like retarded a little bit, but it's yeah. It's Twardsky's mirror. Yeah, that's what it is.
That
Tavarsky's
sounds
mirror.
familiar.
Yeah.
I like the film director Andrei Tarkovsky. Tarkovsky is Russian.
Yeah.
His films tend to have a lot of depth to them, some symbolic significance.
Yeah, I like Russian opera. I like Russian opera a lot, actually.
Do you like Russian lacquer? The artwork is called Russian lacquer. Look it up. It's very
I'll have
fascinating.
to look it up. I'm not familiar with it, but I may be familiar with it without knowing what it's called.
It's just these kind of black boxes they have, and they draw like beautiful illustrations on it, like miniatures. And
Oh
it
yeah, I
really
love
is
that kind of
amazing.
stuff. Oh yeah, so like Fabergé almost, because I have a Fabergé egg, a little bitty tiny one, but it's still really cool. Yeah, I find their history very interesting.
Yeah, I agree too. The Russians have some nice art forms and other
I've
stuff.
they have a religion that they call the Aryans. They're like supposedly the original Aryans. I don't know what that means, but it's like they're actually their thoughts on like gods and stuff actually line up more with like Hindu or Buddhist beliefs more so than they do Christians, but they're considered Christian, I guess.
Well, Archean was in Russia. The Archean Aryan had a settlement there that was strong.
Yeah, they spell Aryan differently though, but it sounds exactly the same when they say it.
Phonetics is a thing.
It is. It is. That's why metaphors are so useful.
Yeah.
Entendres. And it's really an interesting thing whenever you can say a sentence and see how someone responds to it. You can tell a lot about their nature, like in how they respond, unless they're like really good at acting. And then, you know, maybe that's their nature.
I was going to say Christian belief is largely shaped by Egyptian and Indus Valley belief systems, which was bridged together through
But most people don't know that.
period.
And just
With
because something's older doesn't mean it's better necessarily. Sometimes newer things are better, but sometimes just because something's older doesn't mean it's like, it might be more foundational, but like, I don't know. It's like whenever you find a band that's really good and their second album sucks, but then their third album is really good, you know?
yeah, that's
And their first album's still the best one. But
that's kind of exactly what I was just gonna say. Actually, I was
yeah,
gonna say they had Mithras before Jesus,
Yep.
but there was actually a guy between them who was basically the second album, Serapis,
Yep.
and Serapis was a Hellenistic version of what was it? It was either Cyrus or some sort of sun cult.
And
And
you said you were reading the Kabbalah or Kabbalion. I see there's all those phonetics. Because there's also the Sibylline Oracle and the
Oh yeah, the Dom, remove your avatar is not showing to everyone. If you want to, you can
I
remove
can
it
see
and
it.
put it back up. It's not showing on the stream. Your avatar, Dom.
Yeah, I can see it right now. But
Not in the stream. If you go to the stream, you cannot see it.
oh yeah, on the TV. Yeah, if I was watching it on the TV like I usually do. It was
Yeah.
doing that last time you were here too, actually. Yeah, that's what they call it, Archaeum. But it's like also they said that it's Aryan. One of them was, oh yeah, I actually have a Russian lacquer pin that I got from Scott's mom. She brought it back. I wanted to tell you that actually, since you asked me.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
It's
Yeah.
really pretty. I like their like little dishes. I was looking like I like to look at things online that I could make, you know, and I was like, huh, I wonder if I could make some boxes like that. Like little lacquer boxes.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Yeah, definitely.
I do
Yeah,
resin art and stuff too with boxes, like, and I decorate. I have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. I should sell them because I have nothing to put in them.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just think they're fun to make.
I'm just gonna get off right now.
Goodbye.
Whoa.
It
Yeah.
was nice talking to you. I appreciate your presence and your contributions and your input. I want
Yeah,
you to
peace,
realize
Tom.
that you are.
Yeah, it's always good.
I want you to realize that your life always has self-worth. Never let anyone tell you your life is worthless. You know, your life has self-worth.
You are enough as you are.
Yeah, that's right.
However you want to be.
All we have to do is remember who we are.
Yep.
We're
Well,
And then
if
nieces.
we are that, then why do we got to remember? We just got to be.
And then nieces.
yeah. Yeah.
How to be is what we're trying to remember. I think.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys again.
Yeah, peace, homie. Yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow. But yeah, blessings, brother.
I always
All
have
right.
so much fun.
Maybe not.
Later.
Bye. Maybe not.
All right, so we'll basically close this out. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. So, what do you guys want to say to these people? You know what I mean?
I say the
Like,
total equals Y? Question mark. To be. To be. That's why we're here to be. But what are we supposed to be? Got to think about it.
wow,
That's it. Love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
blessings. Yeah. What do you say, brother?
Uh, you know, yeah, yeah. What I have to say, um, that's a very broad question, you know. So let me think what I have to say.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah. Take
makes
your
me
time.
like,
Yeah, take your time.
you know, lately, life just feel like a dream to me. Sometimes I wake up and I just see fractals or something. I don't know what I see. I just feel weird, you
Right.
know, and a lot of stuff going on in my mind. I ask, should I read this? Should I read that? Is what I'm doing sufficient? Is what I'm doing enough? What can I be doing to better my life, to better community or society, and other things like that? It kind of gnaws at me. It's very painful in some sense. And then so what is it I want to say? That was really, uh, you know, what is it I want to say? That's a very broad question. You know, let me think here. What is it I want to say? I want to say that you know, 2040 to 2045. I think it has eschatological significance from the small hats and the 2040 to 2045. They want,
Right.
yeah, it has big and it's the transhumanist singularity crap. You know, and I want to say that even if I don't survive or whatever, I want to know what I just want a better life, the next life or something, or just go return to the origin or a better life in the next life because I've kind of given up, kind of, and I just read more and more or just do this or that. You know, what can I do to truly help people, help society or nature? I don't know anymore. I just have to prepare for death in some way. So what I have to say is that, um, ultimately, no matter how many people come against me, no matter how people slander me, I will never lose my self-worth. Never. And so I'm tired of people constantly testing me and other things like that. I will never lose my self-worth and I will never lose my pride or something. And what I have to say is just do your best and just that's it. Just do your best. No one knows everything or even what it means to do the best. So just keep the good intentions. That's all. Like, at least you can pass away with good intentions. Maybe that means something or something. I don't know. Just feels like sometimes it just feels like a endless dream within a dream that leads nowhere. A lot of times it feels that way. Yeah, just keep your good intentions and do your best, and yeah, that's it. Keep good intention, and no matter what, and don't lose your pride or self worth. So, and people make mistakes, and then probably I made a mistake getting drunk now, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah.
Okay. Well, great speech, Buddha. Blessings to you and to all the people here that are watching. Of course, I'll have a lot more to say because we'll be back early tomorrow. Right. We'll be talking about Nietzsche. Right. It'll be sort of an unconventional beginning to the show. Right. Now, for Saturday, I've created a new intro for the show, right? So make sure to look at Saturday for the new intro premiere. Okay, we'll be premiering a brand new intro to the show. And also, obviously, we have lots of new discussions to explore in terms of the material. Now, I laid out the general direction that we're going in, right? We're going to be exploring a new work by Skolomowski. We're going to be looking at Ellul and Mumford and their critiques of technological society and the technological world civilization, or the world technological system, or however you want to phrase that, right? We'll be bringing our own critiques of technoliberalism, okay, and the greater ideas, right, and the ideological roots. So I greatly appreciate your time, and thank you for joining us here on the Machine Lives, where we talk about the lies of the machine on the machine that lies. And yeah, I hope you guys have clarity to see through the lies. Blessings, my friends. And here are some selections that I think are, some of my favorites. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, Scaramanga, Al-Jabbar, Ashkar, saying Jabbar L, saying the Darwell, moving in ships and chariots, come through Sagittarius, can't stand me, though, why? Hey yo, now surely Scara ain't the one that jest with to enter. Sun Lord, the first prerequisite. Search step in, perfect the shepherd links in the Lexus. Blinking, it's winterized S5, all glass, halogen, duvet, pipe, jewelry, nightlight, ice light on top of the night flight, blowing out your eyesight. CYCLOP, CL cool, show beats, whole beast, breathing like ops, obnoxious, rock knocking, get your block rocking with the Glock popping. Matter of fact, blood bath in here, niggas wanna pop something. Stop lock, nigga, drop something. BK, the 118, Al-Jabbar L, the God TK, son. Rape casually, OTB summit, some saying gun spit the loudest, that's just the proudest. Blockheads chit chat, chump, wanna get crunk, the Glock 10 spit at him. Unbearably tall, sun sweat, and all that, but I'm above the young games. Experience behind the gun name for larger targets. Revolver lock wits on kids like the chamber. Who want another banger? Think that's Dibzo, and I'm Scaramanga Shala, outfitted and Ralphlin and bounce with it. I could come out with it, so cool out. Young niggas, 30-year-old niggas with guns that can knock the fool out of niggas. Son niggas when the jewels out, nigga. Nick Jewels, big tools, spit jewels, rip through your top banana. You Tony Montana with statue. It's only my cannon, scarab spit arrows, illest album reporter. Jabbar as Falco, Sunlar's count dough, long dough, big cars, fly jewels. Yo son, count slow. Counts. Excellent whiz puller, Uzai L fuller. Wrist blades like a cruller. Sitting on deep dish donut. So what? Fills the flow nut, floss nut. Dimes call me pro nut. The pro cut, low cut. Valley wave century, millennia. Posed up new vibe, smelling Asiatic. Crazy wild, swelling niggas with tactical max spit critical. Beat down, the God Al-Jabbar L. We see clowns and 3 pounds of Bengal. We lounge with Trinkle. Singles me not, eat and live. Keep my people surrounded with that evil. Jabbar L, motivational character, powerful, all-seeing, understanding, knowledge, infinite being, looking through the canon of scholars, Nikon, Bison, Tyson Eyes, wise one, thoroughly attributed to shine is directional line, the pattern bearer, Saturn wearer is the 7-eye, Gemini, heaven eye, sight observer, night like this, the revolver burn up, mortal felon, 4-4 leave your portal swelling, orca welling, that means the snorkel we wear, bearing emblems of Taurus, is this the Browns North Cut 10 shot, when gems hot, send dots up and down, navigational, sun launch travel, space station, cellular communications, I'm telling you. Big jewels, big tools, spit jewels, rip through your top banana. You Tony Montana with statue, it's only my cannon. Scarab spit arrows, illest album reporter. Jabbar as Falco, Sunlar's count dough, long dough, big cars, fly jewels. Your son count slow. counts. Thoughts beside like when fire desire is a Cyrus life. The Amin Ra shine thorough like a Benz car. Jim Jiu-Jitsu, me my pen transform into a pistol. Bristol Harvey, Ye chains 8-pounder. Weight a hammer spray, standing on Manor Rays in Tampa Bay. Lamp on waves, polar damn the damage of the gamma rays. Sun large and Vanna stay neutral. Sway juice crew, bloodbath for a page blue through. Blinking halogen, hair wrist, ear to ear boulder. Bucking in shoulder, brandish rapier. Granted we late here. Told you it's Cobra, damn niggas spazzed out and went ape here. You know the shape here. Flagrant 850, Jacob ear caresser here to finesse it. Jabbar Al to do it. God spit fluid in earth. Since I heard sewage is birth, but I knew what it's worth. I to stay seeing mine. Roman time to find. MM11, gem, sun from one sentence the funds come cascading. Rap bladed with catch matrix like the movie Ruby colored. That mean the fire in his heart cause he truly love it. I call this one beloved. 1 Samuel 1, ask the God he planned our life well. Niggas need to read the manuals. For the jewels, read the manual. Big jewels, big tools, spit jewels. Rip through your top banana. You Tony Montana, what's that joke? It's only my cannon. Scary spit arrows, illest out on the border. Jabbar ass falcons, some large count low. Long though, big cars, flying jewels. Your son counts low. Counts low.
To the backcountry, there is a phantom Indian chief in the wilderness. This machine at random, my anthem, imaginative, ravenous, malicious. Find the origins of heaven and hell and the symbols that represent them. The Italians built a great metropolis on a lagoon. In time, great train disasters boom. While creatures wrecked the town, many battling MCs are shot to death, a multitude in a room. After stealing information from the Atlantis database, I make a great escape. The struggle for mob leadership leads to an endless cycle of murder and blood feuds at a later date. DEA agents patrol the 1,800-mile Mexican border. A group of rock climbers must prevent mercenaries from using a destructive weapon. 88 tales of horror. Dr. Frankenstein creates a soulless monster from cadavers and tries to hide it from the old world. The wind turned a cold swirl. A Morocco gypsy sold pearls. The fallen pilot awakes alone after a crash. His aerial danger. Police and archaeologists remove skeletons from a burial chamber. From the city to the woods, or when the sun shines good, the robot tank once a spectre where a graveyard stood. Yo, from the city to the woods, when the sun shines good, the robot tank once a spectre where a graveyard stood. Perhaps you and your friends are never seen again. The ghost of a lovely lady, the tall grim reaper in the wind. Bruce Banner seeks an antidote for a bacteria contaminating a desert town. A civilian plane carrying a movie actress is later shot down. A bitter ex-convict makes a capture man a slave, a lesson hard nailed. An alien creature must be destroyed after a government plans to use it as a weapon fails. Before their time, ancient technology, rain, snow, and then hail. A group of people who have telekinetic powers, dead men tell no tales. Apache warrior, Cherokee warrior, no book written is scarier. Paleontologists, students, and forest rangers encounter a legendary creature in a deeply wooded area. Dark as a pilot, I ran my aircraft into an enemy bomber over Los Angeles, preventing the destruction of California. On the hillside lies your grave, all covered with begonias. On the mic I smashed, causing a train crash and stampede with such words. Strange bargain, schoolhouse, from Alfred Hitchcock to Birds. A dark space station captain is accused of an intellect harm. We step off the street and shoot you 40 times to the restaurant. From the city to the woods, or when the sun shines good, the robot tank once a spectre where a graveyard stood. Yo, from the city to the woods, when the sun shines good, the robot tank once a spectre where a graveyard stood. You're a planet whose orbit straight too close to a black hole. None shall escape or remain in a desolate plateau. Be consumed by my savage sword, the man from a mountain hollow. Lyrically blown away, a depression and misery from withdrawal. Whenever a season when a storm gathers, exposed in the cold crime. You are here to document the stress and reality of military life during wartime. I am the Holocaust, a burnt offering on the cliff, the fatal risk. To leave you none to remain in the black hole's gravity, decimates your escaping shits. Argues the existence of extraterrestrials in the days of the needle. Work evil threats to tear apart the robot tank's home planet and enslave its people. Grave robbers steal thousands of artifacts from archaeological sites, museums, and private collections. I'm a celestial being brought alive to perfection, a war machine to battle the evil unseen, esoterical troopers. Engineers overcome yet preserve natural obstacles while paving the way toward America's future. The distance between the target and the launch point is crucial. Samurai, the elite warrior class, holds the reins of power in Japan for more than 700 years, and now I shoot you. From the city to the woods, and when the sun shines good, the robot tank once a specter where a graveyard stood. Yo, from the city to the woods, when the sun shines good, the robot tank once a specter where a graveyard stood. From the city to the woods, and when the sun shines good, the robot tank once.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Same shit, ain't nothing changed. Out here getting it, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Mind on my business, you know what I'm saying? Get my money. What up with you, ain't that good? Alright. Is that right? Yeah, niggas better go handle that thing. Do what you gotta do, man. Handle your thing, boy. May the good Lord bless you with everything you hoped and wished for. Bless you. May you live a long life, make long money, sleep good at night. I do. I wish you nothing but the best. May you love real deep, may you laugh real big. I pray your enemies fail, and you ain't never gotta spend time in jail. May you travel safe and meet good people along the way. I hope you know you one of a kind, and you ain't gotta be like them, you're just fine. I wanna see you become wealthy, and more important than that, stay healthy. Godspeed, and pray you never had to lock horns with peace. Oh hell no. Peace be with me, the dark and the light angels protect me. That's right. Life is about balance, you try to be cool, but sometimes it gets violent. Peace be with me, the dark and the light angels protect me. Life is about balance, I'd rather be cool, but out here it gets violent. Out the shadows, let the moonlight shine on that. Keepers of the night, keepers of the holy. Rapping words, the spirit of the strong in me. I use the force, careful with that shit, baby. I feel I'm still learning my own strength. Sorry if I wasn't perfect when you thought I should have been. I'm just a work in progress. I encourage myself to be better and master the art. It's a long time coming, seemed like the other day I was just being myself, they calling me a late bloomer. And I don't know if that's a compliment or insult, and I don't give a fuck, really keep talking. Got 2 pair of watch like the Polo Kid. My time is so precious, why would I waste it? When a silly bitch like you would miss my chance to realize my greatness and become who I am. Baby, peace be with me, the dark and the light angels protect me. Life is about balance, you try to be cool, but sometimes it gets violent. Peace, peace be with me, the dark and the light angels protect me. Life is about balance, I'd rather be cool, but out here it gets violent. Cause I take my gun off before I pray. I don't have a problem with meeting God halfway. Yeah, we believe in a higher force, and may God be with you through this war. Shit real out here, man. Crazy out here, man. Peace.
You have just been exposed to a range of propaganda devices used by the West to control, manipulate, neutralize, and anesthetize entire populations, its own and that of other nations.
By the time the flags rotted off of their antennas, they were questioning who the real threat is. Big brotherly love is the 21st century's plague. No matter how bloody the glove, question evidence displayed. Don't forget what 2 + 2 equals. Don't let them upgrade your math, no matter what they have as proof of evil. Remember when they went after the Jewish people? You don't recognize the same black mask as see-through? Attack of the eagle. If they don't fall dead before they reach me, I'll be damned if I don't shoot one in his bald head. Fuck what we're force-fed. All I ever wanted was a warm bed and house that wasn't haunted. I'd rather die for a cause than to die just because we exhausted natural resources, forced into war, restoring wasteful ways, keeping other countries poor. Monkey see, monkey do. I wonder what that fucking monkey saw. Keep rethinking thinking still frames in your mind. I guarantee they will change with time. Your outline is pixelated, poor resolution, while downtime is simply wasted. You are born execution style. Head first in a trial, I'll second the motion till the jury's bored to death and puts your neck in an ocean. Situation volatile. The naked problem is trying to find the right clown costume to make his father smile. So he bombs while he tries to tell jokes. Ain't a false alarm, can't you smell the smoke? You're in the line of fire where they buy and sell votes. Her sense of liberty doesn't ring true, so that's why the bell broke. Trenchcoat mafiosos propel rocks at recruitment officers who rebel against cops, till they hurtle infinite circles in small cell blocks. Turtle upon turtle till they're all shell-shocked. This so-called president got elected in a courtroom with war efforts of pops. Inherited a fortune, we talk, so the veterans of war assume the revolution stopped. Hey Bobby, the masters are back. They're back. And they're up to no good, just like the old days. They play dead when you stood over their graves. Bobby. They play dead when you stood over their graves. Don't you know? Hey Bobby, the masters are back. They're back. And it's our turn to stand over their graves. Don't you know? I'ma do it right this time, right this time. I'ma wait until their skin decays. You can't roam a lost land as a last existing dinosaur. There's no escaping ass kickings in these times of war. Replacing apples with hospitals where doctors are hostile. Killing 2 pterodactyls with 1 fossil. I got you. If they don't fall dead before they reach me, I'll be damned if I don't shoot one in his bald head. Fuck what we're force fed. All I ever wanted was a warm bed and house that wasn't haunted. You can thumb through novels to have your fingerprints match descriptions of thinking criminals committing innocent acts of compassion. Tired civilians crawling with pistols. We fire $1 million warning missiles. Force the issues in the back of your head where eyes roll. Brainwash yourself out of that mind control. Or act a fool like you're told, but we won't see no justice till that bitch removes a blindfold. This ain't a love it or leave it, it's a change it or lose it. I won't sing the anthem of a nation who never faces the music. Chasing an elusive caveman in spaceships that makes trips to the futures at a name brand. Faking progress, but we ain't advanced enough to change the posture of our ape stance. They got the key to the city, still they prefer the break-in entry, ducking weed. I'm shedding light inside the shadow box to make it empty. Bobby, the masters are back. They're back. And they're up to no good, just like the old days. They play dead when you stood over their graves. Bobby. They play dead when you stood over their graves. Don't you know? Hey Bobby, them bastards are back. They're back. And it's our turn to stand over their graves. Don't you know? I'ma do it right this time, right this time. I'ma wait until their skin decays. Attack of the eagles. If they don't fall dead before they reach me, I'll be damned if I don't shoot one in his bald head. Fuck what we're force fed. All I ever wanted was a warm bed. There's nothing scarier than the human stories I tell. Ghosts chilling accounts with my tongue frozen to bedposts. The catharsis is of carcasses whenever threats are close. Shows a heartlessness that doesn't register in stethoscopes. Sell your hopes for a homeland security chart till your sense of self are broken. No man's pure in the heart. Preventive detention for the folks who never left home. Tensions have grown 24/7 red zone. Scare tactics got you under control. The fear factor of a color code. The uppers know they can't hold you down without having anchors attached. It's all the same. Nah, balls and chains and ankles don't match. So drag your torso back to the off-road. We may have lost the fashion battle, but we ain't lost the wardrobe. Go window shopping for your next 3 meals. Cause when we start the revolution, all you probably do is steal. Hey Bobby, the masters are back. They're back. And they're up to no good, just like the old days. They play dead when you stood over their graves. Bobby. They play dead when you stood over their graves. Don't you know? Hey Bobby, the bastards are back. They're back. And it's our turn to stand over their graves. Don't you know? I'ma do it right this time. Cause I'ma wait, 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 I'ma wait.
United text summoned like son of death slumber, huddled up with the cousin undercovers are best fucking intentions. His grimace delivered clearer from mirror reflection. Out comes your hand from the lake and takes your neck flung down to the depths. Sunk, funky and loaded, you float back to the top. God, luckily you notice. Reset button engaged, stay humble and focused. Maybe this time around you stay clear the hocus pocus. Don't externalize your enemies when entering your omens. The motion of souls does not discriminate. Assimilating emanations, influence limitations. Symbols meant to give you sages. Infinitely instrumental gifts from their credential cases. Infiltrate this wicked men's assembled matrix. But await, I give them hell, heaven sent, but it'll wait. This mental grace when reaching the crescendo, spitting missiles, aim and rituals of imbeciles. Just typical, the simple plain, convey insane and little brain. Faces of the general slain, granite ship with lizard veins. Entering apprentices, just listen for the mythic language scattered by the Elohim. Demon scientists of ancient folklore, the story changes. Void faces of politrics, living dangerous. Temples leaking on the battlefield, it's all the same to us. This angel dust culture couldn't save another soldier if we tried. So we send them to the furnace and refurbish the earth with life. From amputations, mechanical salutations break you down like saliva. Nightlife for the Pied Piper, Sandman and the psilocybin cipher in the silence of quasars. Vacuum of brain form under rabbits rule. The magical, maniacal, majestic mankind animal. Assessing, analyzing, cool, calm, collecting artifacts of old. Letting go, dead and molded from the solar coats of comatose modern robots. So lost in soul oppression, stepping from the shadows of the Nephilim, begging for some melanin. Vested best for selling swift through elemental riffs and giving gifts from the conjured ones. Channeling the travelers, practitioners are washed in blood. Past the flood, a cocked gun. The Holocaust is all run its course. Carnage bound carnivores converge under the god of war. Orpheus just torn to bits by morbid men who forced the doors of our cathedrals. Evil on assignment from ourselves. This koan suplex my sanity, just binding up the spells. If inglorious, victorious, afforded only time will tell. Time will tell. Altar of the dead son, dead son. Altar of the dead son, dead son. Altar of the dead son, dead son. Altar of the sons, the altar of the dead son. Red rum.
Cover Governments can't cover these in my mind. Cover these and cover